Hello everyone, Kim Wilson back here with our last card for the May card class, and this is our fun fold. And this one has a lot of pieces, but it really is pretty easy to put together once you get all the pieces cut. So it's basically two cards in one. So you've got, I called it a double accordion fold, but I have no idea what it's actually called. Let's see, two cards, a front and a back, and then you have an accordion in the center like that. So it's kind of like a double card. So really fun. Now when I made my sample, I used the 3 different glimmer papers, and this is the glimmer paper that's in the online exclusives that matches the Flowering Zinnia cards, the Flowering Zinnia suite. But I found that when I put that many pieces together, it was really thick. Now this is close to 1/4 inch, and that is the limit that you can mail. I mean, this is fine to give to somebody, but if you were going to mail it, that I think would be a little too heavy. So when I put the kits together, I just did 1 piece of the glimmer paper, and then I used 2 panels of designer series paper. Another option would be to use a piece of cardstock and then use the embossing folder that comes along with this suite and emboss one of the pieces. So you can do whatever you like in the center of the card, because you've basically got a second card on the inside here. So you've got 4 places to put something to get it together. All right, so we'll get this card ready to go, and then I'm going to put the outside pieces together. And first we're going to stamp, because there's a little stamping involved in this one. I decided that it would be fun to do a one-sheet wonder for this card instead of just using all the designer series paper. So we have 2 panels here for the inside of the card, and we're just going to stamp in different colors. So we've got the colors that coordinate with the paper, so always a good thing that Stampin' Up! Colors and papers and everything coordinates. So I stuck those together right there so that I could kind of overlap the edges, and I'm just stamping randomly around. Whoop, pop that up around here, and then I'm going to clean it off and stamp in the Melon Mambo next. That was pumpkin pie to match my card base, and we'll stamp some Melon Mambo flowers. Yeah, and feel free to go off the edges, of course. And if we have enough room left, we'll do some leaves with the old olive there. So kind of fill in those gaps there with some leaves. And this doesn't have to be anything fancy. We're just going to use it as a background. So there we go. Okay, and so those are going to go on the card bases. So it's just a matter of putting everything together. Lots of pieces to glue together. But all the measurements are on the handout there. I'll put it up there for a second for those people not in our private Facebook group. Those people will have the PDFs you can print out. You can hear the birds singing outside. It's spring, finally. Some really nice weather. So I've been planting in my garden, and I just remembered I need to plant my zinnia seeds because they take a long time to come up. Okay, and then one of these we're going to put the larger piece of designer series paper, because that's going to be the front of the card. And then it's going to go together like this. So those. Now let's work on this section. Glue all the pieces together, and I'm getting my sample out here so I don't mess up and I put everything in the right place. Yes, I do have it right. So this is the way it's going to go. So I have to decide where to put all my pieces. Now I'm going to continue doing a thank you card on this one, because that's what I did for my sample, was a thank you card. And we'll stamp the thank you there. And then I also have a little panel for the front, so let's do the gratitude one. And you can do the stamping in any of the coordinating colors. I think I have Melon Mambo here, but any of them would work well. So that one will definitely be the last panel since that's my greeting. And I have to decide what order I want to put these in. Do I want to put them like this, like this? I think it doesn't really matter, so we'll just do it. Just do it. And there's that side. You can use either side of the paper again, too. But those panels just fit nicely right in there. And hopefully, because I only used one piece of the glimmer paper, it will not be quite as thick, because we've got a lot of layers here. There we go. And let's see, did I bring my tear and tape over? Yes. Now I could use the liquid glue also to put the front and back together, but I like to use, when it's something heavy, I like to use the tear and tape. Now the way I have it here, the edge of the card goes just about to the edge of the second panel. So not to the edge of the whole card, but to the edge of the second panel. So I need to put my tear and tape on the back here. And I think 2 pieces should be fine. And that whole front and back panel will go down against the card. So let me grab my pick tool. Sometimes that makes it easier to get the end up from these tapes because it's hard to grab the end, and also burnish it down a little bit. That makes it easier to grab the ends. Okay, so they're going to be centered, so let me get that centered there. Make sure I have it where you can see it. Okay, that one's centered, and then this one will go on this one. I think it's easier if I have it laid out like this. And probably it would be best if I evened them up like this so I don't end up with my card all askew. So it will go in the envelope and be square like that. Oh, I did it. It worked. Okay, so the only thing left to do is put on my sentiment on the front. So I think my sample, I used the stitched rectangle dies, which retired. So for the kits, I just did a panel. But you can make that greeting any size you like. The smaller the better, because you don't want to cover up very much of that beautiful paper. And again, we'll use some more of these pretty sequins here. So for this one, I did 3 in a row right at the bottom. Because that looks cool. All right, so we're done. So there's what mine looks like. If you try this layout, post your picture so we can see it. And a couple other things with the Zinnia bundle. These are 2 cards that I made last month. This one we did at our retreat, and it's a seed packet card. There's my seeds to plant. So just a really fun way to do to send some flowers. One of the sentiments in the bundle is sending flowers and thinking of you. So really cool. And then I did this shaker card too. So that's really fun. Fun way to do the zinnia. See how nice the dies are as well. And I should show you the dies because they're cool. And I just noticed today there's these little tiny flower dies which would make really nice embellishments for the cards too if you don't happen to have the sequins. Anyways, these 2 cards, I have PDF instructions for them as well that I gave out to people that ordered in from me in April. But if you missed that that promotion or those PDFs, shoot me an email and I can send you the PDF flyers for those 2 cards. And remember, free shipping day is tomorrow, Tuesday, May 21st. So maybe the Flowering Zinnia suite might fall into your shopping cart because it's so cool. At least you've got to get the paper because that's always my favorite. So hope you had fun with card class this month. And my website is kwstamps.stampinup.net. And hope to see you online tomorrow. Happy crafting.